Good Monday evening to you. I'm KSLA Chief Meteorologist Matt Jones. Hope you enjoyed those 70s we had today because we do have some changes on the way. In fact, a cold front is going to arrive overnight, bringing us back to reality over the next couple of days. And the first couple of days of 2025 looking much cooler. High temperatures will be in the 50s for the rest of the week, with overnight lows consistently in the 30s. And then as we get into next week, things get very interesting. We're talking about a very strong cold front moving in, and that could bring the coldest air so far of the winter season. That's going to likely arrive across much of the country as we head into next week. Here's a look at tomorrow morning's lows, and we're going to wake up to mostly mid to upper 40s, so definitely a bit of a chilly start to the day, but for early or late December, I should say, this is pretty not bad. I mean, average lows should be in the 30s, so mid to upper 40s, that's not a bad start, but it will be kind of breezy as that cold front comes in. That's going to make it feel chilly, and overall, it's going to be a much cooler day tomorrow behind the front. Even though we're going to see a lot of sunshine here on Tuesday, we're going to see that northwest breeze at about 10 to 20, and that'll keep our temperatures in check throughout the day. But this is actually pretty close to average for the end of December. Mid to upper 50s along and north of I-20, looking at low 60s along and south of I-20. So all in all, not a bad forecast. If you're heading out to celebrate for New Year's Eve, the forecast is looking pretty good tomorrow evening. We'll need the jackets for sure. Temperatures will be in the 40s, but we're not expecting much wind. Those winds will die down as we head into tomorrow night. And again, temperatures will be in the mid-40s by 10 p.m., 42 as that new year comes in here at midnight. So not a bad forecast, but again, if you are going to be out and about, go ahead and bring the jackets and the heavy coats. And then speaking of colder air, we got an Arctic blast that's building right now. We got some extreme cold sitting up across northern Canada and portions of Alaska. That is building right now. That is going to make a beeline to the south. That's going to be dropping south into the U.S., and this could be the coldest air, and we've seen in at least a couple years across many portions of the east, and especially up across the Great Lakes on the East Coast. It's going to be really nasty. And that black line that you see on the map, that's your 32-degree line. That's your freezing line. And notice how far south that goes, well into southern Louisiana. And again, I think the worst of this cold is going to likely be just barely to our east, but it's going to be a close call. And regardless, we're talking about temperatures way below average all across the Arctic next week. And again, this could be the coldest weather that we've had in a couple years. Not so much for us here in the Arctic, but the eastern portion of the country, looking at the coldest weather they've seen at least in a couple years. So something we'll be watching. Here's that 7-day forecast. Notice we ring in 2025 on a sunny note, at least partly cloudy skies. Temperatures into the mid-50s, 53 by Thursday with increasing clouds. Sunshine returns for Friday, and then a strong cold front arriving on Sunday. That could bring some showers and storms, followed by some colder air, but the really cold air really won't arrive until just beyond that 7-day forecast as we head into the middle of next week.